Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Monday, July 25, 2022. To head off a looming agriculture and food crisis, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. has ordered strategic agriculture measures implemented immediately. Marcos, who has assumed the reins of the Department of Agriculture (DA), is expected to lay out his food security strategy during his first State of the Nation address or SONA today, July 25, Executive Secretary Victor Rodriguez said. He said the president, quote-unquote, is aware of the impending food price crisis and probably food supply crisis, close quote. That is why he took over the DA. Press Secretary Rose Beatrix Trixie Cruz Angeles acknowledged that the coronavirus pandemic, the Russia-Ukraine war, climate change, and oil price hikes are among the factors driving global food insecurity. Cruz Angeles assured the public that the Marcos administration is ready to stabilize the food supply and improve food production. The security preparations laid out by the Philippine National Police (PNP) for the first State of the Nation address or SONA of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. today, July 25, are in place. PNP Director for Operations Major General Valeriano De Leon said on Sunday units from the National Capital Region Police Office or NCRPO have secured strategic areas, mostly in Quezon City. Protest rallies are scheduled in several places as the president delivers a speech at the Batasang Pambansa. A former Director General of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority or PEZA proposed the establishment of oil depots in the country's economic zones as a way of taming rising fuel prices. In a roundtable interview with the Manila Times, Charito Plaza said establishing an oil depot in an economic zone is allowed under PEZA guidelines. She said PEZA is identifying islands in the country where it could set up oil depots and refineries that can be leased for free to locators in order to entice foreign companies to open up shop here. In exchange, locators will give priority to the Philippines' demands for oil and refined goods, Plaza said. According to the Department of Energy, petroleum companies have reduced the per-liter price of gasoline by 5 pesos, diesel by 2 pesos, and kerosene by 70 centavos as of July 19. Since the start of the year, however, there has been a 19 peso 30 centavo increase in the per-liter price of gasoline, 34 pesos 80 centavos for diesel, and 29 pesos 35 centavos for kerosene. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas (BSP) predicts the average price of crude oil to be around $106.30 per barrel this year, $95.30 in 2023, and $84.10 in 2024. 10 provinces have logged a quote-unquote very high COVID-19 positivity rate of more than 20% as of July 22, according to Okta research fellow Dr. Guido David. 3 provinces reported a positivity rate of more than 30%, David reported. Aklan had 32.6%, Capiz 31.9%, and Nueva Ecija 30.5%. Aklan's rate was 2.4% lower than the July 16 rate, while the rate rose by 16.5% in Capiz and by 9.5% in Nueva Ecija. The rate ranged from 22.2% to 27.8% in Antique, Cavite, Isabela, Laguna, Pampanga, Rizal, and Tarlac. In the National Capital Region, the positivity went up from 12.7% on July 16 to 14% on July 22. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian agreed with President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. that the main thrust of the country's basic education system must be to ramp up technology to make it at par with the rest of the world. In an interview with SMNI's Business and Politics host, the Manila Times chairman Dante Clink Ang II over the weekend, Gatchalian stressed the need to strengthen the students' learning foundations with the right tools fit for their chosen career paths. The second-term senator cited the quote-unquote fundamental foundational skills of reading comprehension, and mathematics that can still be vastly improved to help learners quote-unquote progress in the years to come. In a recent statement, Marcos said the Department of Education, DepEd, must address the lag in research and development in the fields of science and technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM. The President tasked Vice President Sara Duterte Carpio, concurrently serving as DepEd chief, to look after the welfare of teachers, ensuring they receive fair pay, benefits, and be provided with adequate teaching equipment as well as skills training. Gatchalian said there are two key areas he as a legislator will pay close attention to: teacher education and teacher morale. With President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. expected to highlight agriculture in his first State of the Nation address, or SONA, today, there is strong belief that small farmers will be given the chance to be part of a more inclusive agricultural ecosystem with the help of the private sector, Go Negocio founder Jose Maria Joey Concepcion III said. Concepcion said that agriculture is quote-unquote the key to the growth of the Philippines, adding that a healthy agriculture industry will enable the country to better handle food supply crisis, especially with the proactive participation of the private sector through the Kapatid Angat Lahat program, an initiative that aims to create linkages between big business and micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSME, to aid inclusive growth. The former presidential advisor for entrepreneurship and now vice chairman of the Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Development MSMED Council bared that a meeting was held recently to explore inclusive solutions to the food security problem, where businessmen coming from different sectors shared possible ways in which big business can help MSMEs scale up and become more productive. The Department of Health, DOH, assured the public that it has been preparing for the monkeypox virus since an uptick of cases was reported in other countries in May 2022. The department gave the assurance hours after the World Health Organization, WHO, declared monkeypox a, quote, public health emergency of international concern, close quote. It said that interim technical guidelines for the implementation of monkeypox surveillance, screening, management, and control were already approved, which includes case definitions and protocols as part of the country's response to the virus. The DOH also noted that the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine optimized its real-time PCR assay for detecting the monkeypox virus last June 20. 3 persons, including a former mayor in Basilan, died in a shooting incident at the Ateneo de Manila University in Quezon City on Sunday. Initial reports from the National Capital Region Police Office said the victims were former Lamitan City Mayor Rosita Furigay, her aide Victor George Capistrano, and a security guard of the university. The former mayor was supposed to attend the graduation of her daughter Hannah Rose from law school. The event was cancelled. A 4th victim was reported to be in critical condition. The police arrested the suspect, identified as Chow Tiao Yumol, 38, a resident of Lamitan City. Recovered from the scene was a .45 caliber pistol with silencer. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said he was quote-unquote shocked and saddened by the killing. Topping business, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, BIR, and the Bureau of Local Government Finance, BLGF, have been instructed by Finance Secretary Benjamin Diokno to collect taxes efficiently and fairly. The finance chief added that digitalization is essential for effective and fair revenue collection since it eliminates discretion. The Development Budget Coordination Committee said the government's revenue program for this year, which is 3.30 trillion pesos or 15.2% of the country's gross domestic product, will be met through the continuous application of current tax law and administrative reforms supported by strong economic growth. Diokno, for his part, believes that the BIR will achieve its revenue target for this year, even though it fell short of its goal for the first half of 2022. Over to sports, Filipino Olympian pole vaulter Ernest John E.J. Obiena jumps for a historic podium finish in the World Athletics Championships final in Eugene, Oregon, USA. The meet is set on Monday at 8:25 a.m. Philippine time. Not a single Filipino vaulter in the past has reached the podium of the Worlds, and Obiana will try to be the first to medal from the Philippines in a stacked field. Obiana, the Asian record holder of 5.93 meters, is competing against world number 1 and reigning Olympic champ Swedish-American Armand Duplantis, world number 2 American Christopher Nilsson, and world number 3 and 2016 Olympic champion Brazilian Thiago Braz in the final. Rigoberto Tiglao and Father Rangelio Aquino are today's front-page columnists. Tiglao claims that former President Corazon Aquino told the United States for her predecessor, former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., to not return to Ilocos, while Father Aquino discusses the Novus Ordo Missae for Catholic Masses. Today's editorial believes the upcoming village elections in December must not be postponed. Read a full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. In anticipation of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.'s first State of the Nation address today, the reporters of the Manila Times have written reports over the President's plans and priorities for the country in his new administration. Read these stories on the paper's print, digital, and online editions. Read a full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. This is Pete Livares reporting.
Our longest trusted English newspaper since 1898. Now available digitally. Computer. Order the Manila Times Digital Edition. Subscribed. Get the Manila Times Digital Edition for less than 2 pesos and 50 centavos per day when you sign up for 1 year. The Manila Times, news source of choice, trusted since 1898.